Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. How are you? It is plugged in. Okay. This is a new stream. Everybody, I'm going to go on Twitter and say where we are. Okay. 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me, everybody? Um, it's a nightmare of a show. This is a nightmare. I just want to punch somebody. I'm an angry, angry man. Angry, angry, angry man. Angry, angry man. Hello, Mike Ryan, Joodles. Can you hear me? Can you see me? We can hear, we can see you. Okay? We're only 20 minutes late. Only 20 minutes late. And I don't know what the hell happened. I blame Livestream. It's crap. It is crap. It is crap. Livestream. I shouldn't say it. It might be good. We got 17 viewers here. We got 17 viewers. It should say what the name of this stream is right on top, but it doesn't say that. It doesn't say what the name of the stream is. And then when I go over here, when I go to here, okay, it says night stream, stream 21, okay? But I have to go back to the Streamlabs, and I've got two Streamlabs working right at this moment. And I don't know. And the space is so bad, is so small. I want to delete one of these things. Two of them are here, and one of them is here. Call it Saturday. I should call it. I shouldn't have done the show tonight. Maybe I should have done the show. I just thought everything was. My problem is, I thought everything was going to be okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be a great show. Whatever, not a great show, but I mean the technical problems are not quite as problemy as they were. And yes, they are. They're as problemy as they were. And we've lost 20 minutes. No one is watching this thing. I know I've got to go. I don't know how to do this. Where I go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. 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 on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm sharing this post. Maybe it's the computer. Maybe the fact that I've got to work in my own kitchen in my own fucking home while he's like, whatever he's doing. Maybe it's that way. Maybe I feel like put upon. Brian Allerley. Brian Allerley. Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm pressing on Twitter, and I'm going to post this on Twitter. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, I've been at GB News when they didn't have any broadcasting for a couple of hours or more. So this can happen to professional companies as well. So I'm trying to get the Twitter thing up. I'm going to post something on Twitter. It's the computer also. Live stream happening now. Exclamation point. And there we go. I'm going to press that right like that. Okay. And I hope you can see it. And it's not working. It is working. The post was sent. You have 1 hour to make changes. Okay. So now we go back to the night stream. And here we go. And so thank you. I should shut it down and restart my entire life. That's what I should do. Well done on the Allerley. Mostly well done on the Allerley. Most screw it up. I mean, I hope I haven't screwed it up. And Mr. Cuff is here. Mike Ryan is here. Kermit is here. Thank you for coming. Everything was going so well with this stream, and then suddenly it's not going that great. I want to shave. First of all, look at it's all dark here. I look horrible. We got 23 people watching. Thank you, everybody, for watching this. Okay, thank you. We're going to find out who Brian Allerley is. Okay, we've got Girl from Mars watching. Alex is here. People are on a different stream. Are they still on a different stream? What stream are they on? They should not be on a different stream. Okay, don't touch anything, please, Girl from Mars. Can you see this? What is the different stream? If there is a different stream, tell me where it is. Tell me where it is. I can see you. I can hear you. All is good. You're from New Zealand. Tauranga. Is that am I pronouncing it right? Tauranga. Well, welcome to Britain. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer in Nunhead, even though I'm an American. But I've been here for 25 years. I don't know at what point. I'm not going to become English, but maybe I will. I don't know. I love the episode where they split the house up into different areas, but you talk about something else. Okay. All right. So welcome to the show. This is stream 21 of Lewis Schaffer. Stream 21. It's 21. 21 stream. Night stream. Who are you? Well, welcome everybody to the show. Greetings, everyone, says no. I don't know what happened here. I do know what happened. There were two streams up. I don't know how I put 2 streams up. It's because I don't want to blame Streamlabs because it's free. I should be grateful to Streamlabs. Thanks for making this free. Thanks for making it free. That's all I have to say is thanks for making it free. That's all I have to say. Okay. Paul Manning arrives. So we're building up. Joe Sanders is here now. Okay, and there are others now. So this is stream 21. It's going to take me a bit to calm down. I'm going to make myself, I'm going to pour myself a glass of water. I was talking to Russ, my friend Russ. I got two friends. Don't worry about it, Lewis. You are managing better than I would, Mr. Cuff. I would have done, I don't have a clue. And I don't either. And I got my son here. It would have been better. It would have been better if he hadn't been here because he yells at me. He thinks I'm an idiot. I could have just done it myself. Paul Manning is here. Don't worry about it, Lewis. You're man. Yeah. So this is what it is. If my son wasn't here, I know there's a channel out there that should not be out there. Okay, that should not be out there. So I'm going to see if I can find that channel and then delete it so that you're forced to go to this channel. Okay. Friday the 25th. This is live. This one. That's a stream 20, so I don't want to delete that. Saturday the 25th. This is the earlier show. Saturday the 25 October. Okay. Okay, so we've got 22 people watching. Well, yesterday's stream, we had 36. No, this is the one. This one. Exactly. I'm going to delete this one if I can. How do I delete something? I've got to go to here. We're doing really well. I'm going to go to YouTube. YouTube Studio. This is the least professional show I've done in days. Maybe three days, possibly. Okay? And I'm going to remove the content. The wrong day came up, and I don't know what that means. The wrong date. Okay? Live. Here it is, live. Live. This one, okay, this is good. We've got 40, we got average. This one here has 36 views. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. We're going to do this. Ready? Here we go. Delete this forever. If it's something amazing, it's been deleted forever. Okay, we're going back on track. We're going back on track. There we go. That's wrong. That's wrong. And then we go, what happened here? Vatanai is here. I'm not erasing you. I'm not erasing you. Janet is here. We're building it back up. We got somebody new. Maybe it's because Brian is here and I got all nervous who's got a new person here. Something happened. Something happened. Okay? Something happened, and then we're here. What is going on in your lives? Maybe you could tell me something is going on in your life so I can take my mind off of this debacle. How about that? Maybe that's what we could do. And calming down, and by the end of the show, we will have forgotten that this absolutely happened. And I'm going to delete the first 10 minutes, and it's going to be beautiful. Maybe I'll start right now. Maybe I'll start right now and just say, hey, well, welcome to Lewis Schaffer's live stream. Lewis Schaffer's live stream. Welcome. We are live here. I'm checking to see what the numbers are, and then we're going to move into the first part of this show. I went out. Day 21 watching now. Let's recheck this. I've got to press a button, or at least I did. I don't have to now. I don't know what the difference is now, but I used to have to refresh the page. You know, we got 24 people watching now. Maybe this is I don't think there could be anybody as incompetent as me. I don't think there can be, basically. I'm looking for a decent, non-corrupt lawyer with balls, Lewis. That's what's going on in my life. I think, I mean, how do you find a non-corrupt lawyer? My father was a lawyer. I mean, what does it mean to be non-corrupt if you're going to be like a lawyer? What does it mean? Explain what that is, what a non-corrupt. Made nervous by a Brian. Harden up. Well, Brian in New Zealand is not the same as a Brian here or in America. It means a very different thing. Brian, you're a very naughty boy. Life of Brian. Yeah, remember that. Keith Bexley is here. When Britain first at heaven's command. I don't know what that's all about, but it's maybe an old English saying. Maybe you could explain it. Keith? Okay, I'm calming down. Lewis. Son round with not so nice ex earlier. Oh, your son covered that. Just reiterating for no reason because it's a big deal in your event, in your life. It's a big deal. And he's like mad at you. He's like mad at you. And I'm mad at my ex-wife too, but I'm not mad anymore. But I was mad for many, many years. That's what happens, you know. Women think, oh, just. But no, men stay mad. You can't get, and women get mad too. Human beings get mad. They get totally mad. I'm currently caught reading a book on the trench Bolshevism in Russia for an assignment. The pages are endless. What is trench Bolshevism? I know what Bolshevism is, but what is trench Bolshevism? What's up? I stuck to the session IPAs or EPOSs. Is that what you mean? What's a session? Is that what you were drinking out tonight? I used to be one of them, Brian. The Life of Brian, the greatest movie. It was a pretty good movie, yeah. I guess it was. I don't really remember it. I mean, that's when we only had Christianity to worry about. Now we've got all these other religions, or at least two other religions. At least we got another religion. I've just put the clock back. Therefore, the stream should not have started yet. You know, in a way, people do think that. They think they control the world, and that was the problem. That's the problem with with changing the clocks. It gives human beings the assumption that they have power over time, and we don't. And boxing has started. Okay, do you know my friends Kerith and Derek from Tarago? I think that's what you're saying. Before I'm erased, I'm going to get some carbs. I'm not going to erase you. We're now like back on track. Is there another stream out there? Is there another stream out there? Let's see. If there is, I don't think there is. I don't think there is another stream out there. No, I think this is the only one. This is the only one out there. So we're doing really well. We got 26 people watching. I was so happy with the earlier show. And this show was like throwing me for a loop. What did the Bolsheviks give us besides roads? I mean, weren't the Bolsheviks in power from 1917 till the end? Isn't that what made a Bolshevik a Bolshevik? I think that's what made them a Bolshevik. Anybody else have any stuff going on in their lives they want to tell us about? A smile for us, Lewis. I guess I should smile. What are you referring to, Lewis? What's this about another channel? Because I saved 2 channels to start, and I pressed one of them, and then I had problems, and then I pressed the other one. I must have pressed the other ones. I don't know why I saved 2 of them, but 2 of them came up, and then there was a delay, a 20-minute delay. We're 37 minutes into this show, and we've accomplished not as much as we would like to be. Not as much. I'd like to think that we could have accomplished more. I know, this is what Joe Sanders says. I know he hates me because Aunt, who is 23, as we know, may move back. I have no idea. Well, why would he be upset about moving back? Because he missed the years because you had him all to yourself. Is that true? I'm just guessing right now. Did you have him all those years? It's like my son here. The mother had him for like 10 years. 10 years. I say, can he stay over at my place? The mother goes, ask him. How do you ask a 10-year-old, do you want to stay over when the mother is like, come out of your home and come. You couldn't ask a kid. Maybe I should have asked the kid and put the kid on the spot. I didn't ask the kid. You don't ask a kid. That's what happened to me. Gold from Lewis is all about losing weight. Just do the opposite of what he suggests. Because Gold from Girl from Mars says, I thought I would learn how to put weight on here. Reverse psychology. I've lost 5 pounds. Yeah, maybe that's right. Maybe that's how it can work. That's not a bad idea. Is you got to play head games with yourself. I mean, I can't do that. But because I guarantee you, if you thought I've got to gain weight, I've got to. And maybe if you think that, you'll stop eating because you'll think, oh my God, I've got to eat. But I don't think it works that way. Someone asked me if I was a wizard. Who was it? I can't see the comment now. Who asked Vatana if he was a wizard? Who tells the clocks change? No one. Right. That's a good thought, funny thought, but it's true. We're powerless over those animals. Vatanai, it was Keith. Use your magic and you'll see the message. So Vatanai is like a wizard. I don't think they do. They just sunrise no matter what, or morning glory, as we call it. Okay, interesting. Lewis, his dad had gin for the last 10 years. So his dad is mad that Anthony. Well, what is a gin? Had gin. What does that mean? So his dad is mad that Anthony may return. I don't understand that. Can you write that in a different way? Oh, I see. Okay, Lewis. His dad had him for the last 10 years. So his dad is mad that Anthony may return. As simple as that? As simple as that? Why would he be mad? Why would you want to let your kid know that you're upset about him moving anywhere, let alone to his mother's house? I don't want that to happen. I don't want to bind my son to this situation. I'm going to go over there. We're in the kitchen. We're in Studio One. And let me just see what Paul Manning says. Stuff going on in my life. I've recently been unearthing lot of my early 1990s era remixes and remastering, restoring, and where possible, upgrading the sound so it's more commensurate with today's standard. Paul Manning, very good. We got to keep working. I mean, I'm going to forget about this show by tomorrow, and then we'll start afresh as if nothing has happened. The fact is, you guys are here, and that means so much to me. Why do parents have to argue? It's so sad. Because their children are their most important thing in the world, and they're fighting over their kids. Am I right? I think that's what it is. Girl from Mars. Janet is here. Oh my, I think that I preferred the chat about Prince Andrew. I enjoyed that. That was like so fantastic. Me like screaming about Prince Andrew. I'll be back in a second. I'm getting some water. I'm getting water from here. I'm getting water. I enjoyed discussing Prince Andrew. I enjoyed yelling at the king. I enjoyed that. But the show started nicely. So, this is what happens with me. A show doesn't start nicely, and I go all mental. I shouldn't go all mental, but I go all mental. Vatnai says, I don't like the term wizard, more of a shaman and a clairvoyant. Being born on May 1st is auspicious in the Celtic circles. Yes, I guess it is. I guess it would be. But you can find something on any day. On any day, you could find something. On any day. So here is the news with me. The news is this. The news is I went out and I walked about 14,000 steps today. And maybe I can't do that. Maybe I can't do 2 shows and walk 14,000 steps. But as you say, I'm really obsessed with being thin. I'm really obsessed. I mean, I could be a bit thinner, and this is important to me. You may need some carbs and sugar in your diet. I don't believe that to be the case. Because you have sugar and then you crash, and then it's even worse. It isn't that way. I don't know what the way it is. It's just like, I mean, I'm not so incredibly confident with myself that I think this is going to be all right. I don't think so. So I have the doubt. The doubt weighs heavily on my shoulders. And then I go into like a spiral. Girl from Mars. I think it's a possession thing, and the feeling of being made redundant as a parent by the other parent. That's exactly true, Mr. Cuff. And by the other parent. And that you might not be good enough. That's also a part of it. I don't really know. Everyone has different excuses or reasons. I think you were right with the first part of it. It's like, you don't love me, but my kid needs me. And I think I'm going to tell you something about women. And this could be more apocalyptically bad, similar than Prince Andrew. What I said is, I think that when a woman divorce, when people get divorced, a lot of times they think that other parent is not needed in my child's life. I don't want that parent around my child to give them a bad example. I don't want that parent there. And that's what women, in my case, a woman. In other people's cases, it could be a man where a guy goes, no, she's crazy. I can't have the kid around it. Or he's a drinker. I can't have the kid around. And, and then all their friends go, yeah, he's horrible. They did that with me. I was such a good dad for a couple of years. I was a really good dad. And I think that's what's so horrible about this situation. And I remember, and I'm like worried about my kids because they're not going to have a father. They're not going to know who their father is. I'm thinking bad thoughts about the mother of my children. I shouldn't even talk about it this way. But I'm thinking these kids are going to be ignored, and I was ignored as a child because, as you know, my mother went off to a mental hospital for a little bit, whatever it was. I don't even remember how long, a couple of months or something. Maybe it was 7 months, maybe it was 2 months. I don't even remember. I don't know who I would even ask this question. Okay, it works both ways, Mr. Cuff. Some are just narcissistic, or they think they know best, or they don't trust the father. Or the father isn't trustworthy. They think, oh my God, that the father is going to take the child away from me, the mother. And I think this happens quite a lot. I think this is a male-female thing. Is that women think that their child is part. Joe, maybe you can answer this question. Do you think your child is part? I think women think their child is part of them. Like, let's say the mother is cold. They think, oh, the child's cold. It could be like the child's running around like wearing no clothes. You have to put clothes on because you're cold. And the kid is going, I'm not cold. I don't feel cold. And like he's lying to the mother. But the mother feels that the kid is cold. I think that, I think with men, like with me and my kids, I thought that my kids are independent. They just need to be looked after in the same way. If someone gave me a diamond, what the mother did, 2 diamonds, is that I have to make sure that they're not lost, that someone doesn't take them and steal them, that they don't break, if you can break a diamond, okay? So that's what I was thinking. But she was thinking, this is my arm. That's why mothers are excellent mothers, because they think this is me and I have to protect them. And this man who I was married to is not a good guy. Joe, what do you think about what I'm saying? Is not a good guy. Okay. Can you hear me? Is anybody out there listening to this crazy stuff? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I talking to the wind? And so, Lewis, my ex wanted to take Aunt away from me from day one to replace the other three and to replace the other three in America. What does that mean, to replace the other three? Joe. Okay, so Joe is answering my question here. So Joe actually thought that the ex was going to steal Aunt and take the kid away. And that can happen a lot. That can happen. Women will always think they own the child. I'm saying it's even beyond that, Brian. I'm saying they actually think it's part of them, like their heart or their arm. Women always, okay? And it ends up destroying themselves. It can. Janet is listening to this. So here we have, I didn't know that he was thinking about taking the child away, but that's a major fear that women have, because women love their children so much. Thank you, Maltese Phil. Thank you, Janet, for saying you're listening. I appreciate that. Women love their children so much that they think everybody else wants their children. Like that's the lesson of those people who lost the kid in Portugal. They thought, and I'm not saying they thought this, but this is what people think. They think, oh my God, because it comes out of them. Exactly. It's like them. And they think, oh my God, someone's going to steal my kid. My ex has 3 grown children in America, so kind of his last chance. Maybe you could think of it as his last chance, or maybe he's thinking, I want my child to know his family in America. But you're thinking he's not gonna come back. And that's what the mother of my children thought about me, because I really loved my 2 sons. As you can tell, I've got a close relationship with them, and I'm not screaming at them, or they're not screaming at me. So you had a fear, and this is something that is quite normal. It doesn't make you crazy, Joe. It makes you normal. All they have done is produce another human, right? Yeah, it's quite an accomplishment for women. So men have to realize it. Now, I didn't realize any of this until later on. I didn't realize how afraid the mother was of me. How afraid. I was just thinking, I've got to go out and take care of these kids because the mother is working, and I could maybe look after the kids and then go out and do stand-up comedy, which I couldn't do. I couldn't do it. I was like so exhausted. I've never been that exhausted in my life. My face was hurting. I remember driving all around the country in the middle of the night and then waking up at 5 a.m. to be with these kids. Okay? 5 a.m. Okay? Hey there, Mr. Cuff, says Marianne. Good to see you. So that's what's going on in the lives of the women. And the state in this country is not prepared to take a child away from the mother, nor, I don't think, sure they. One of my teacher friends, Vatan, I said, had to take on 2 children, her niece and nephew. Her sister couldn't be bothered with them anymore. Yeah, well, that's quite common. It's like my grandfather, my father's father, mother died during died during the epidemic, the Spanish flu epidemic. Supposedly, this is the story. And my grandfather married his first wife's, who died, sister. Yeah, so Lewis. Aunt was with me for the first 10 years, then spent the last 10 years with his dad. He may return, as I said, very complicated. But life is. Was he living in America for, when he was 10 years old, Joe? It's getting more relaxed now. Just taking my socks off. Glad I'm not David Lammy. I bet his feet stink after searching for that bloke. Did they find the bloke there? Anyway, Lewis, you're evidently a great father, Keith Bexley says. Thank you. I don't think I'm a great father. I am okay. I was good for a couple of years. I was a really good father when the kid's between 1 and 3 years old, maybe 4. And then, but I was a really bad husband. And the most important thing in this world today is being a great, if you want to be a good husband, if you want to be a great father, you have to be a good husband to your wife. And I was a really bad husband. I was like so angry at her. She thought I was going to steal the kids, that I love the kids. I remember she asked me, says, do you love Columbus more than you love me? I remember her asking that question. And then I found out that that's a very common question that's asked by women, because they feel that you're whatever, you're spending more. I was spending more time with Columbus than I was with her. And how do you answer that question correctly? Let's see. Keith Bexley says, Lewis, you're evidently right. Okay, thank you. Maltese Phil, I stayed in an unhappy marriage for the sake of my son. Often wish I hadn't bothered, to be honest. Maltese Phil, how many years did you stay in this unhappy marriage? And you know what it is? I'll tell you something about unhappy marriages. You can make a marriage happy. I believe that. I believe you can make it happy. You could just take a deep breath and say, how can I make it happy? How can I make her happy with me? How can I become happy with her? And you could find love and joy in other people. I didn't do that with the mother of my children. I really hated her, like absolutely hated her. And I think that and then she hated me. This is what happens. If you love somebody, people find it very hard to hate. If you say to your wife, I love you, whatever you want to do, dear, and really mean it. Maybe have a couple of arguments because women like that. They see that as a sign of love. You think Lamb even puts his own socks on, Kermit says. His mummy still has to pair them for him. Probably it's true. He doesn't seem that bright. I saw him on that TV program and he just seemed, but then again, maybe I don't seem that bright over time. Anyway, I've mentioned it before. My wife and I met in 1991. Paul Manning. That means that's 35 years ago. And we've been together ever since. We never wanted kids of our own. And we are still enjoying each other's company too much. It's really great to hear. But I'm not being critical of that. It's really loving. Like I've got girlfriends now. There are people that I love right now. And there's no more kids coming out of Lewis Schaffer. I'm sorry. There's no more kids coming. Maybe no more kids coming out of them. And you can have a great time. But kids are the ultimate test of whether whatever it is. You can appreciate each other. But until you share responsibility for a child, you have not been tested. You've not been tested because like the mother of my children, she loved my kids so much. And she thought, I see it now. I didn't see it at the time. She had a real fear of me. And I didn't assuage, is that the right word? The fear that she had. And I had a real love for my kids. Okay. Was I going to take them away? No. Did I think about taking them away? Yes. Was it serious? I mean, I thought about it, but I thought, no, that would be really cruel to do. I'm not a great guy, but I thought it'd be bad for the kids to do that. Probably the last 5 years of it, I tried to make it work. But how many years altogether were you together? I tried to make it work, but realized last year, I've been flogging a long dead horse. Well, you got to keep on flogging. And I'll tell you what it is. You've got to read a book. And I've told you about this book. It's called How to Stop Your Divorce by Homer McDonald. Homer McDonald. Homer McDonald, How to Stop Your Divorce. And I bought this book. And it basically said that one person can control the love of another person. Meaning you can, by loving, I don't know if I like this jacket, this jumper. By loving your wife, she might love you. And if she loves you, right, then you can build on that. You could love each other. You could love each other. And you could express yourselves to each other. Hence, why I've been dating lots of women recently. It was only the past year. How old is she? How old is the kid? Is it just one kid? I don't blame you, Maltese Phil. Yeah, you want to get out of it. Somebody doesn't love you, and you just think to yourself, it's easier just to run. That's why, and you know this about me. Maltese Phil was married for 23 years last August. And how old is your kid? How old is your kid, Maltese Phil? Life, love, and lineage. It can be so mental. A sleight of hand, either way, shapes the world and the root, and is the root and the motivation. Yeah, it's the beginning years. But like I said, you can make somebody love you. You can make somebody a better person. And at the same time, you can make yourself a better person. And you can just relax. And that's something I never do. As you can tell by me, I'm not a relaxed person. We need to be relaxed. Oh, so they didn't go to America. My ex and aunt lived in Havant, next to Portsmouth. A difficult time, but I'm still here. And they didn't take the kid to America. They didn't take the kid to America. I mean, if the kid's 19, so that means you left her when she was 8. The mother was 18. It's a cardigan. Yes, it's a cardigan named after the son. And it's a square. But this is a nice one. This is like expensive. I think it's from Reese or something. I got it at a charity shop. I don't think I paid like £3 for it. Some marriage. It's a cardigan, Lewis. It's reserved for square. I wore one tonight. Great for drafts. Is that the way you pronounce it? Is that the way you spell it? Anyway. Some marriages break down because you become the parents and not the partners you once were. It's not the kid's fault. Couples need to find themselves. Well, it is the kid's fault because you became a parent to the kids. But couples, it's like the mother of my children. She always wanted to do adult things. Adult things. And I would say to her, what's more adult than looking after children? But going to a pub is an adult thing. Going dancing is doing adult thing. And I didn't respect that. But now I think back and I think what she was saying is she wanted to do different things than what I wanted to do. And I should have just gone along with her. But as you could tell about me, I've got a very ornery, horrible side. As you can see, I almost punch the computer screen. I get very emotionally involved. I expect like I yelled at you the other day because I didn't think you were listening to me. Okay? I love the way you just suddenly said how you are not sure if you like your jumper, almost jarring and randomly placed as one of Ben Shapiro's YouTube sponsor shout-outs. That's a funny concept, Paul Manning remixes, but his stuff don't seem that out of place. Ben Shapiro, he's really good at it. He's really good at his sponsor shout-outs. I don't find him to be jarring, but thank you very much. No, because I'm just looking at myself. I'm looking, do I look good here? And I just got in my own world. Janet's been single for 10 years. Can't be bothered with relationships. Well, you know what? We don't need relationships. I don't know. Now, should we change the conversation now? I don't know. Do you think I think we can continue this thing for a little bit longer, Girl from Mars, and then we'll change it. The cardigan is from, I forget, I should maybe take a photograph of it. I think it's a Reese. It could be Reese. We were breaking up when I was pregnant, hence my good short story idea. I forgot what it is, but I read it, and anyway. Lewis, I have like 30 plus LL Bean shirts and items. I think it might be a special interest of yours. Well, LL Bean, I was never a big LL Bean fan. That's American. It's from Maine. It's highest quality. It's highest quality. They don't make stuff in America anymore, but I hope they're coming back home to make stuff. You know, they took everything apart. He probably found it in the park. No, this is not. No, actually, I'm gonna see where it's from. Now I'm gonna have to take it off. I'm gonna have to take it off. I'm not even that hot, that cold. I was thinking that, or a charity shop. Most of the stuff is charity shop bought. Yeah, well, that's great. Let's all shop and charity shop. I'm going to set up a Vinted page and sell my stuff and maybe promote Lewis Schaffer's vintage page. No, this is the Gap. This is a Gap jumper. It's a Gap jumper. It's a medium, and I bought it when I was thinner about 7 years ago, and then I gained a little bit of weight. I went up to 84, and now I'm back down to 76. It's always 27 degrees. Yes, it is, but this is the cold spot in the house. I guess it's a cold spot. I've got to turn on all of the heating units. I mean, what's amazing about this show is I think at the end of this show you'll know me, and I hope you like me. I'm not trying to make you like me, but you know, I want to be liked, and I'm going to know you people basically. Amongst a group of 4 couples who have separated and divorced, this is what Fontenay says. In 3 of the pairs, the men were at fault, too selfish. In the 4th pair, the woman was ridiculously demanding and drove the guy nuts. Well, how do you know that? How do you know what goes on? My aunt, who never married, probably a lesbian. She was in the army in World War II. She was in the WACs in the Philippines. Remember that song? But she was in the WACs in Britain here, fighting for Britain. Anyway, it's like I was watching a video the other day, and they said the man, my husband, was too selfish. He was never around. He was always at work being selfish. You know, women can make a man happy. They can make a man happy. They can make him feel loved. You know, similar to the way Claire talks to me. You should talk to your husband, and he'll love you for that. And Judels talks nicely to me, and I think Girl from Mars has said nice things. This is what men like. They want to be loved and appreciated. They want to say, thank you for going to work. Thank you for bringing home the money. Thank you for doing this. In fact, I just realized, Lewis Paul Manning says, that your speaking voice is like a lower-pitched of Ben Shapiro's. If Ben Shapiro injected a muscle relaxant and inhaled sulfur hexafluoride, he'd sound like you. I take that as a real compliment. I used to have a really high voice, and my voice is getting lower. It's not from cigarette smoking or drinking or anything. It's gotten lower. A Gap jumper. That's what I'm wearing, Mr. McCuff. Mr. McCuff. Laughing my yeah. Because I have a lower voice. Well, I think it also sounds, you mean a spinster. Yes, at that time, that's what it was. That's what it was. She never married. She maybe never even had sex with a guy, possibly. Who knows? But she was a good aunt to me, my Aunt Lena. She was born on March 6th, 1906. So do the math on that. March 6th. And she died, I think, 1993. 1993. She was 88 or 94, 88. Yes, 86, something like that. She was old. She smoked cigarettes. She never really inhaled, but she smoked cigarettes. She used to do that. I was really selfish, Maltese Phil, going out to work at a shitty job on awful shifts to put food on the table and pay the rent. I got sick with depression. So selfish. She lost interest. Yes. I mean, yes. But that's the way women are. They want a strong man. They want a successful, strong man. And a lot of times women test you. But what do we want with women? Women have a baby. They get a bit fat, maybe you don't find them as attractive, and you stop having sex with them, and then the women get angry. So both of our sides are bad. But I've been there. I moved to this country. When I moved to this country, so many bad things happened that are like dangerous things to someone's health, Malteseville, right? Dangerous things. I moved countries. I basically changed my comedy thing. I basically got married. I had 2 kids. I moved homes. If you see the list of the 10 things that can make you crazy, 10 things, I had like 8 of them. And I survived, kind of, but it was, she lost the love for me. I lost the love for her. But the way you win back love is not by saying, honey, I wish you would love me. The way you win back love is by finding something to love about the other person. Okay? And Joe is also nice to me. This is, you people have been so nice to me. And that's really important to everybody, even to men and women, is saying, honey, I love you. I love you. I love you. Where do you want to go? You want to go on holiday? We'll do something like that. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. I may or may not have Anthony back after all these years. Well, he's 24 years old. I'm treating it whatever is best for him. And being a grown-up, yes, you got to. That's what you got to do. You got to think he's 24 years old. You can't worry about it. You got to push him out. I remember the mother of my children took my sons when they were very young to Scotland. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Not telling tales out of class, says Kermit, but Joodles and Gnome are chatting away in Discord. The turncoats. Yeah, well, why not? I mean, well, why not? Why not? Why not? In sickness and in health meant when she was sick, not me. Yeah, well, what can you do? I mean, what can you do? I don't know what you can do. You have to figure this book. It's called, maybe I could find a copy of it. I'll find a copy of it. I'll read it to you. Maybe I should read a section and we could discuss it like the way people discuss the Bible. Perhaps. What are they talking about there? Okay. The voice isn't the only thing that gets lower when us chaps get older. Yeah. You lose your, I haven't. I'm still, it's not really working that well, but it is anyway. So Keith Bexley says, I think we are all looking for a role in our community, and we should all pool our resources here to distribute the best we can combine to enrich our communities. Yeah, it's important. We got to fight for our communities, and we got to help our communities. And this, yes, England, wherever you're from, England, Scotland, Ireland, whatever. They were all good friends of ours. This is the 4. You're talking about the 4 couples, and ended up acting as go-betweens. In all the cases I mentioned, there was some inability to communicate constructively. Yeah, communication isn't the most important thing. It isn't the most important thing. You sitting there saying, you know what, honey, I'm not happy with you. I want you to do this for me. Is that what you mean by communication? It doesn't need to be that way. You've got to be the best you can be, and you've got to love the other person, and they will love you. Generally speaking, you telling the mother of your children, you need to do this in order for me to do that, is not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay, driving and cycling. Kermit, who are you talking to? Okay. Cheers all. Thanks a lot. Here and seen. Check. Thanks, Lewis. Okay, welcome to the chat, MC Scott. People have come back into the chat after the debacle. I'm going to cut the first part out of this thing. What else can I do? I have a spasm. The fact that you people have chosen to hang out in the same place, I think is a good thing. We got over 35 watching right now. You guys, if you can you like the chat? Can you subscribe? And also maybe, maybe go to Discord after the show is over, maybe, unless you want to talk to somebody privately, you can go there. You can do that. Maybe you can make a contribution. Here's the ad. I'm going to go on what is not Verity? What is it called? Vanity. What is it called? What is the site that I mentioned? I forgot what site it was. I can't even remember this. My mind is lost. Anyway, the problem was I'm okay. I'm okay. It was a problem with the computer. With Vinted. I was going to call it Vanity. With Vinted. There's the Discord link. Thank you, Kermit. I mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings if you go on there and you spend the entire time talking. Okay. 37 people watching. There we go. So there we go. Lewis, Joe Sanders, can I email you the terrible thing I did, which I know will make you laugh? It has stayed with me forever. Well, if it'll make you happy, anybody could tell me anything. If it'll make you happy, I don't know what I can do about the terrible thing you'll do. I say, oh, is that all it is? Or move on. What is that? What is there you could say? You could tell yourself that. My missus was single for 11 years before we met and didn't want a man ever again. We became friends, and we have now been together for over 5 years. Yeah. Well, that's one of the problems with most women. Most women are quite happy being alone because they're looking for the perfect man. And the truth is, especially with women, you have to build the perfect man. You don't fall in love with them immediately. Maybe if I'm like in my case, of course you would with me because I'm an internationally famous stand-up comedian and television personality, last seen on GB News. But most women, they look at a guy and they don't love the guy immediately, do they? They don't. You don't love the guy. Do you love the guy immediately? Unless they're unbelievably good looking. And even then you think, oh, he's too young, he's too this, he's too that. Okay? So Kermit says, go to Ko-fi. Yes, there you go, Ko-fi. Go contribute. Anyway, it'll make my day. Anyway, so Lewis, we love you. Thank you for entertaining us. Yeah, that's so nice of you, girl from Mars. I really appreciate you saying that to me. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you have 5 children and you've given a gift to the world. Okay, that's what I say to you. Women who have lost trust in men, have been single for a long time, are strong. They are independent. They don't need a man. I don't know if you would say that that's true. They don't trust men. They don't trust men. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. They don't need a man. Nobody needs anybody. You could live without a man. But I think what it is with women, they look at a guy and they think, oh, he's not as good looking as my last husband, which they don't realize the reason your last husband was so good looking was because you loved him. You loved him. And and the guy you're going out with now is not the same guy as your husband. Or you're looking at the people on TV saying, why can't he be good looking like that? Or why doesn't he know this about me? And so that's what prevents people from being happy. Kermit has said something very interesting, Kermit. Cressida mentioned your name today, Lewis. Says last Christmas was very stressful. Because she sat next to me. Yeah. Sat next to me. I loved working with Cressida. I loved when she looked at me with that scowl. I love that. I love a woman I love it. I love it. Sometimes a man needs a scowling. Not a lot, a little bit of scowling. A little bit. I find it very attractive. I mean, a second ago, I just said you've got to be nice to guys. You've got to be appreciative, and that's what women want in a man. But they also want a good fight. They like a fight. They want to be listened to. They want an argument. Women like that, not all the time. I will. It's so bad. The fat shaming thing reminded me of what I did 40 years ago. I still own it. You can send a message to me. I know I shouldn't give out this email address, but if you go to Twitter and send me a private message, you could do that, and I'll send you my email address if you're legitimate. I don't want to give it out here. Crescent is amazing. MC Scott. Yes, she is. She is amazing. So that's and so what happened is with the mother of my children, she had lost a lot of love for me. A lot of love. So many people miss you on GB News. Remember we spoke about with Tony about why I'm not on GB News. I'm a loose cannon, and they want to keep their broadcast license. Same thing in America. They've got the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, and if you're given a license by the FCC, you have to do certain things. I mean, look what happened. Did you read the Guardian article today? The Guardian wrote about what a horrible person I am is because I think climate change is a lot of BS. We all do stuff that we look back in a different light, says Mr. Cuff, says Steve. I still say and do things now later think about how it could be taken offensively. Yes. And even sometimes you do things that might be offensive. No one even cares. Fatanai says, I've been married for 34 years. The secret to communication is I let her talk and I pretend to listen. That is true with women, but they also want an argument. They want to make sure that you're listening to them. Women, like when you send women tweets or when you send women messages, they write much longer messages than men do. That's what they do. They like to talk, and they teach our children languages. They're good teachers. So, you can't get mad at them for that. I, of course, did. I remember my ex-wife calling me on the phone, wanting to know what the kids were doing that day. I was like, what do you need to know? Why do you need to know? When I should have told them that. And like Girl from Mars says, I love men who talk. But I'm talking to you. This is like, do I talk? No, I don't talk. I do talk a little bit. I shouldn't say I don't talk. I would talk to you, Girl from Mars, but I don't talk. I do talk. I'm talking now. People always say, are you always this happy? Not that I'm happy today, but are you always this way? I say, I am like a refrigerator light bulb, the bulb in a refrigerator. Okay? You open the door and it's on. So you think, oh, the refrigerator light bulb must always be on because every time I open the door, it's bright inside there. But no, this is what I am. When I talk to you, I'm happy. And then we have to remember that eventually over time, men, we sell ourselves to women and then we stop selling ourselves. We just think, well, she has to love me because I'm going off to work. I'm working for you. Don't I get any appreciation? No, you've got to be like IBM computers. Remember those people. Okay. I would, like IBM would say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm doing this, and I've just done this. You're talking to the customer. And Vatnai agrees with me. I'd always talk to girls if I thought I would get somewhere. But after you talk to them and after you've gotten somewhere, you think to yourself, I don't need to talk anymore, but us guys have to talk. And that's what, but sometimes you just have to listen. If you're with your wife and she's unhappy, you have to listen to her. If she says, I want a divorce, you can't say, no, you don't, because the kids are young. You go, okay, you want a divorce. I prefer not to. This is the magic words I learned from Homer McDonald. He said, oh, you want a divorce. Well, and this is honest, I don't want to divorce you because I love you. I love you. But if you want to divorce me, I don't want you to divorce me, but I'll accept that. Your divorce. And I'll wish you good luck, and I'll help you any way that I can. But I will go and have sex with your sister. I added the part about having sex with your sister. What I nearly said ruined my career. It was mentioned at a reunion 3 years ago. I'm still the girl who did that. So funny after all these years. I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Steve and Lewis. Well, let's look at me. Look what I said to that guy. I called him fat. And next thing you know, I'm not on GB News. This is what happened. Why isn't Dominic Frisby on the TV? I can't even say. Because he said something he shouldn't have said. I used to be friends with the late, great Rick Mayall. Yes. I don't remember him. But he was famous in this country. And people who I know, who I respected, really liked him. Not close friends, but friends nonetheless. He used to read The Guardian, but when I see the paper these days, I think he'd not like it. Well, I can't answer that. We can't speak for Rick Mayall. Do you like it? I don't like it. I mean, I like that they had mentioned me. I was happy with that. I hope not, says Kermit, but who knows? Celebs are in the elite generally. Who are you saying? I used to be friends. I don't know what are you saying that, Kermit? I'd hope not, but who knows? Celebs are in the elite generally. Yeah, women would want to be with an elite person. They might not love the elite person. This is when I was growing up, I thought, oh, all you got to do is make money and a girl will like you. And they might hang out with you. They might appreciate what you've given them, but they're not going to, they want a good-looking guy. Greg Davies looks like he ate his dead, bloated body. I don't know. Oh, Guardian readers. Okay, let me go back. I hope not, but who knows? Celebs are in the elite. I don't know. What is Guardian readers, Lewis? I don't know how that's related to, but who knows? I hope not, but who knows? Guardian readers believe the Guardian. That's what they want to do. Well, it's the official newspaper of the BBC, of the Western, of the globalists, of Team World, basically. That's what they are. Rick and Greg were great together. Okay, I never saw the show. Rick Mayall. I mean, you're talking about a guy that I don't really know. I know if I saw a picture of him, I know who it is. And I saw him making those faces in With Noel. It wasn't even With Noel and Company or Friends or whatever that was, but I don't really remember him. Okay. There simply isn't enough room to recap every message before answering Lewis. I know. I'm not upset about it. Do I seem upset about it? I've calmed down quite a bit in terms of the show, but it's also in terms of this show, in terms of the stream, this is the 21st straight day of doing 2 shows. Time is flying. 137 days of doing this show. Girl from Mars says, in all ways, I don't think I want to be alone anymore. That's all. Yeah, well, in order to not be alone, you have to remember that to settle, we all have to settle. And that's what being married is. You look at you look at your wife and you've got to say, she's not like what Bruce Springsteen said, one of my favorite quotes. She's not a beauty, but you're not a beauty, but you're all right. Yeah, you're all right. What can I do? What can we do? So that's what I would suggest to you, girl from Mars. I'd look at a guy. I mean, you don't want to say, all your girlfriends say, oh, you're beautiful, you're so beautiful, you deserve a great guy. They don't want you to be successful. I want you to be successful. You got to look at yourself like I look at me. And I think, I mean, I'm 68 years old. You know what I mean? 68. And you're a widow, too. You are a widow. That's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing. Okay? And you have 5 kids. And a guy thinks to himself, oh my God, I'm going to have to take care of 5 kids. Okay? Or maybe he's thinking worse, you know? Don't consciously look for anyone. Someone will turn up when you least expect it. Don't force it. Mr. Cuff, Steve says. Well, that might be true, but you could also put yourself out there and be open. The problem is you've got 5 kids. I would say the most important thing are those kids and anything that takes you away from those kids. I mean, with me, I got into big trouble because I wasn't with my kids when they were in the in-between years. And I got into trouble. Girls, and I use the word girls, they were very young women. They came into my life. And one caused me a lot of trouble. Okay? Caused me a lot of trouble. Maybe I caused her a lot of trouble. But I was so lonely too. I was like just so lonely. I'm in this flat here all by myself. I was dying of loneliness. And she was nice to me because I was an internationally famous stand-up comedian, famous for doing the longest running stand-up comedy show on the West End or whatever in London. Not looking or thinking about anything. The youngest 25 laugh out loud. Well, the problem with it, do you want to have any more kids? Can you have any more kids? He might want to have more kids, so why would you want to go out with a 25-year-old, you know? That's what I would say. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Who's 25? Anyway. Oh, your youngest kid is 25. Is that right? Sorry. I was thinking you're going to go out with a 25-year-old. Yeah. Are they home? Has his own home. Not looking for a father figure. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I would go out and I wouldn't talk about the kids, maybe. They're not living at home. See that you're okay. You're okay. But if you had young kids, I didn't realize you had young kids. But you don't have young kids. But if you have young kids, you got to remember how guys think about kids. They think, oh my God, I'm going to have to pay for these kids. Or they could think horrible thoughts about what they would do with those kids. So, Blackadder, you're asking Blackadder. Judo's having... Where's Blackadder? Is he here? Is he here? Yeah. I mean, honestly, girl from Mars, you sound very attractive. You have an attractive online personality, which could translate to an attractive offline personality, you know, but the thing is, I don't even know. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say this because I don't know. She went to bed, apparently. Naughty girl. Is that, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. Oh, what did MC Scott say to you? Is that as we get older, we have to lower our expectations. Basically. I don't know, is that the right way to put it? I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but Girl from Mars is thanking MC Scott. Thank you. XXX, lovely. Is that we have to, you're not going to find the same kind of guy you found when you're 18. You don't have the choices that you have when you're 18. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? Keep it real. You'll be fine. Yes. Keep it real, MC Scott says. I mean, just be relaxed about it. Just be relaxed. I mean, but no matter what age we are, we can fall in love. And sometimes that might be a bit scary to somebody. A bit scary. I mean, this is what I believe. Am I right? Am I right? I believe this. I believe this. I believe this. Let's see what we're doing. You know, can you guys, I don't know whether I've mentioned this, but can you hold on a second, let's take that out. Can you like, that's the thumbs up thing. Press the thumbs up. I would appreciate that a lot. Can you press the alarm button or whatever it is, the bell? Because that'll tell you when the stream is on, what streams are on. So let's say I go on a stream, but it's the wrong stream. I've duplicated streams. I go off the stream. And then the next stream that comes on, you'll be notified. You'll be notified. So can you do that? What do you get when you fall in love? Says Kermit. He's asking a question. A guy with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your trouble. I'll never fall in love with again. What a great song. That's a Hal David lyrics. That's an unbelievable lyrics. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get a guy to burst your bubble. That's what you get for all your trouble. How was that? How was that a brilliant rhyme? A brilliant rhyme. Also, if you want to, go to Ko-fi and PayPal. But that's a great song. So let's go back here. Yeah, so if you realize you're lonely, join a group and meet people. You got to go out. Guys are too afraid to contact women. You know, guys, they're too afraid. So you got to go out and you got to stand next to men and maybe even ask them out. Lewis, Joan Collins and Amanda Barry are in their 90s. So you are fine. You're saying I'm not that old. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Buy the stream of coffee, Kermit says. Thank you. Go to PayPal. How about that? Make a contribution. Never going to happen. I prefer Peter Kay's lyrics. I don't know his lyrics, Mr. Cuff. What are his lyrics? What are his lyrics? My advice, I'm going to see if I can find that book. It's very expensive. I paid £50 for that book. Okay, this is when you would buy it as a PDF. And I thought it was amazing. Homer MacDonald. Whoops. There it is. There it is. Oh my God. It's a book by Gene Jackson. Gene Jackson was basically Homer MacDonald spoke. Here's the book. Yeah, this is, I believe in this book. I believe in it. Stop your divorce. And I took this to be really good advice. I took it to be good advice. And we're all, it's not just for married people, it's for everything. Your boss called you in and says, we want to fire you. You don't say, please, please. You just go, okay, I hope you don't want to fire me. You know, I've got to, basically you said, oh, you don't want to fire me. I really enjoy working here, and I think I've made some good progress, but I understand that you're not happy with me. So I'll just accept the offer that I got from your competitor. And they go, whoa, like that. And you've maybe saved the situation. There's the book, Stop Your Divorce. That Discord debate really sucked the life out of me. Laugh out loud. The home rule sessions weren't that exhausting. Well, you had a debate with Maybe we should turn the Discord thing off when Lewis Schaffer is talking. A beautiful song which Pet Shop Boys wrote for Liza Minnelli. It's a track called "Sorry I Said." Heartbreaking. What about yeah? There's some sad songs. Sorry I Said. Let me write that down and never look at it again. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not familiar with it, but I'll write it down. The Pet Shop Boys. The Pet Shop Boys. Okay. Not easy to message on Discord using one. Can we be nice? I don't even know what that means. Can you be nice? Can you be nice? Everybody, let's be nice. Okay. Misheard lyrics for different songs. You can find it on Discord. Peter K is another. Peter K. Never Falling in Love. Okay, so I think that's been our show. We're going to take 5 minutes to end the show. Let me just see how many viewers we have, or listeners, or club members, or Schafferettes, whatever you want to call yourself. I want to apologize for me getting upset at the beginning. My son makes me upset. I should not call him. I should try to figure it out myself. Things go better when I'm here by myself. Okay, that's all I have. Okay, so we're 30. So thank you very much. I want to thank all the people for listening. I want to thank MC Scott and Girl from Mars. And I want to thank Mr. Cuff and Joe Sanders and Janet and Judels for a little bit. I guess she was there. Paul Manning. These are all people who are so important to me. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, right? We'll see you tomorrow. I hope you come back. Gnome Hunter or Blackadder. Paul Manning. If I've forgotten to list your name, step right in. We had a rough start to this show, so an extra thank you to everybody for sticking around. An extra apology for my craziness and getting all upset and being too, crazed. An extra thank you. Join the Discord according to Kermit. Send us a contribution. Or me, whatever it is. Me, a contribution. I think this has turned into a good show. I think what was really good about this thing, it was a Homer McDonald show. Is a Homer McDonald. What else did we discuss that was that interesting? Homer McDonald, my kids, your kids, divorce. I don't know if it meant a lot to everybody. Girl from Mars, if you're interested in how can someone you're down there in the South Coast. Maybe someone wants to meet up with Girl from Mars. When you're down on the coast, how could they reach you, Girl from Mars, where you felt safe and protected, and where they felt that they could possibly, say, hey, let's meet. Let's meet. Okay, why not? Stuart Hanley is here. Great show. Didn't say anything, but I appreciate you being here. Keep up the good work. Really appreciate that, Stuart Hanley. I do appreciate that. Next time, talk to us some more. You know what? Maybe you did talk to you. I mean, I've got this on Top Chat every single time. Every single time I've got to go back. I'm here on the live chat. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Go to Top Chat, back to live chat to make sure that it's reposting everything. There you go. Am I right? Is there any way you can let the people know, Girl from Mars, how to reach you, how to say hello? Do you have a Twitter account? I think that's one of the best ways. Go to Twitter and send a direct message. And then if they turn out to be crazy, you can block them. If they don't turn out to be crazy, you could contact them. I mean, I do that with some people. I do that with some people where they just contact me a lot. Everybody, thank you very much. We will see you. I'm going to keep the stream open for another 2 minutes. We will see you. Lewis, I will email you the worst thing I did regarding career ruining. Yes, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it. I hope you all find love. I hope I find competence with this thing. I want to apologize to Streamlabs for bad-mouthing them. It's not, they've given me this for free, and I'm ungrateful. We should be thankful for what we got. We should be thankful to the mothers of our children for giving us children. We should be thankful for the fathers of our children for giving us children. And lots of people who don't have sex. Janet, you're me. I always get the crazy ones, so don't bother anymore. I don't know what you mean by that, but everybody's crazy a bit. Everybody's crazy, but I'm not. Everybody's crazy. You just got to talk to them and find out what the truth is. A lot of women, like with me, they meet me and they think, oh, this guy's like, and I am, but I was a good dad. I mean, except for making money and stuff like that. I'm a good dad. All right, I'm going to say goodbye and say that I will see you tomorrow. Okay, is that fair? Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Best show ever.